Hey everybody. So what does the new administration mean for the Northern Virginia real estate market?
Hey everybody.
Sean and Kelly here, Price and Price Group of Sampson Properties, and this is going to be a fun topic.
It is going to be a fun, well, because there's been a whole lot of talk this week about the 4 things that was implemented by the new administration, like just this week, that affects the federal employees, right? So you've even had some calls from clients,
I've had
right?
some clients call about it. There are people that are kind of just waiting to see like what the market's going to do and everything, and but yeah, we've had some calls from people that are a part of this, what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, we're in the DMV real estate market, so we're like DC, Virginia, Maryland, and so we're right here in the muck of it, and so let's dive in.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we do, prayers to the families of the plane and helicopter collision from a couple days ago. So just wanted to give a moment for that. Okay, so let's dive into this.
Okay, so to talk about this, we first need to talk about briefly what the 4 things are, that's going to have an impact here.
Yep.
And so one of them was, first start off, how many workers are we talking about?
That's the question. It's a large DC area that we always talk about how this market is protected bubble because we have the government employees.
Well, you didn't take my bait. I wanted to see if you knew how many federal employees there actually are.
I don't know.
So it's about 2.5 million, but that doesn't include military and post office. So about 2.5 million people.
Yep.
That's the pool of people that we're talking about, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
and those are the federal workers, right? That's not like the contractors that have employees.
That's
and
right.
Like
this
that.
is like the people we're sort of talking about. We're gonna find out though. Okay, so first of all, there was the hiring freeze.
Yes.
Tell us about that a little bit.
So the hiring freeze, they basically said that it went into effect on January 20th. They said that there are going to be no new civilian positions created, nor if there is a civilian position that is vacant, it is not going to be filled during this hiring freeze.
The goal is for it to last only 90 days to give departments and agencies a chance to create a better game plan, I guess, going forward to kind of figure out which positions do we actually need, and so that's the hiring freeze is number 1, the first thing that happened.
And that does not apply to military, national security.
Post office, right?
It's some public safety.
So there are some that it just doesn't apply to. The second thing is the return to work mandate.
Yes.
Okay, now that's huge, especially for real estate, because in the pandemic, when everything really, really shut down and everybody did start working from home, that was a huge influx out in like PW and Loudoun County and everywhere. I mean, that was...
It was a great exodus from Arlington and Alexandria, and
so I'm thinking about all of those people who are returning to work. Okay, so this is mandated. Every full-time employee of the executive branch, so that's everybody who's not military and not of the judiciary branch, right? Everybody,
not Congress.
Not Congress, right? They all have to go to work.
Back to the office.
That didn't mean military. Full time.
And I know that this is kind of surprising for a lot of people who are doing this, but this administration is not the only people doing that. Amazon is making everybody come back in. We've got several clients that live in Maryland and different areas that are having to come back in, so they're looking for houses that are closer. So there's a lot of companies.
There's a whole trickle down effect that has happened with like the commercial real estate and everything. But yes, absolutely, that's right. So there's that. The third thing was this was a really, really long title that I read, and so I shortened it to, it's just basically the reclassification of the civil servant positions, right?
Yes.
And it was something that Trump had done back at his first go-round.
Okay.
And then Biden undid some of it, apparently, and now Trump's like, I'm undoing, you're undoing, and I'm changing all these words. I mean, like, you should read this. This is, like, not fun reading. But I think that basically it's giving more power to the heads of departments to be allowed to actually fire employees for insubordination or not showing up, just not doing their jobs. It's like letting them do that, because I think I read this, like they gave these really surprising statistics on the percentages of the department heads who felt like their hands were tied in doing any of this stuff. So I'm not a political person, but that's what it seemed like it boiled down
Yeah.
to me.
Kind
Do you know
of- kind
anything
of-
different?
I don't. It almost sounds like they're kind of trying to move back into a meritocracy, where
Okay.
to keep your job you actually have to perform, you have to
Yes.
work and do that. So it sounds like they're just trying to set up that kind of a
Go
situation.
figure.
I know, right?
Okay. And then lastly, the fourth thing that has come about has
Mhm.
been
This
the-
is huge.
the deferred resignation program, right?
Mhm.
So you tell us about this one.
So I actually heard about this a couple days ago talking to a client who lives out in Ashburn, and she
Yeah.
said that all federal employees, I believe, 2.4 million, had received a letter that basically
Like
said
an email.
an
It was
email
an email.
that basically said that they can resign. They will go on administrative leave,
Yes.
so they don't have to go to work any longer,
Yes.
and they will be paid up through September.
Yes.
And it's kind of interesting they're doing this at the same time that they're doing the recall back to work.
Yeah, for
So
they're like, but
people-
we can't go back to work. They're
Yeah.
like, well, hey, here's an out.
Here's a little thing.
So,
yeah.
so I'm sure that we and those of you watching have some of your own opinions on like what you think is a good idea and what you think is not a good idea. That's not what we're going into today
Yeah.
because I'm probably the most opinionated person there is,
And you're gonna keep that back.
and I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay,
So-
but 2.4 million people. If all these people decide to quit,
Yes.
that's 2.4 million people leaving the DMV. That's
Wrong.
2.4.
Wrong.
I know.
You know.
I know.
I love that you're setting me up for this.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the common thinking,
Yes,
right? Is
yes.
that, well, I mean, most of them work here.
Yep.
But only like a very small percentage of them do,
Yeah.
right? Only it's like just under 20%, I
Yeah.
think, actually work here locally. The rest of the 80% is spread throughout the country. I think it's like California, Texas, Florida,
Yeah.
and Georgia
Yep.
is, so there will be other states across the country that are feeling this,
Mhm.
but will they feel it?
I don't know. We'll
Okay.
see because there's so much. There's such a low inventory for the amount of demand that's out there
Mhm.
that this could actually be a little bit of relief.
That's
that
my
it actually
answer.
could get us back to a little bit more of a normal
That's
market.
my answer is
Yeah.
what's the effect going to be? I'm like, not much, right? I
Yeah.
mean, let's just say that I'm a lousy government worker and maybe maybe I'm a lousy one,
Yeah,
right? Maybe
yeah.
I'm a layabout and all that.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to be like, hey, if I'm a layabout, I'm going to take the
I'm gonna take
the,
7 months. Yeah.
the deferred resignation program,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I'm a great worker, but I'm unfulfilled and I just don't like what I'm doing. Well, maybe I'll take it and use this as an opportunity to go and like start my dream career somewhere
Right,
else, right?
right.
So we do have like several little potential bubbles of people
hmm
who are gonna
Potentially leave. Yeah.
which means list their houses for sale,
hmm
which means this is a really good thing for our real estate market because what are we missing?
Inventory.
Exactly.
Inventory is painful.
Yeah.
And let's think about this for a second. So, if the common thinking is that when houses start going onto the market, that's when it's typically that housing prices will come down. But if you think about, because you have more inventory than demand, so that's the typical
Right.
thinking. Let's talk in a normal situation. Let's say the interest rates drop to 5%. All of these
Mhm.
sellers that are bound to their current house because of low interest rates, they decided to finally put their house on the
Right.
market so they can move up or move down.
Right.
They are buyers. So they're going to put the house on the market, create a seller, and they're also creating a buyer transaction. So the net effect in the real estate market here in the DMV is negative.
Right.
Or it's equal. There's no net change. But if a small percentage of these government employees decide that they want to go and they put that property on the market, they're probably going to leave the area.
They're probably gonna.
So
yeah.
it'll be a net positive for
Yeah.
the inventory, which
Yeah.
is a good thing for this market because we still
Yeah.
don't have inventory.
We still don't have inventory, and like we pointed out, not many governmental workers,
Mhm.
not as many as you would think, work here. I mean, what do we have? So many tech companies here now. They're all
Mm-hmm.
like coming from California and going to Texas. And they've come here. And,
Yeah, we have so much private industry that's coming here
Right.
that we're probably not going to feel
Yeah, so
any of
I
this
think-
except for maybe instead of 10 offers, a buyer might go against
Yeah.
3 offers.
So without me sounding like I love all of these decisions, we're only talking Kelly real estate,
yeah,
right?
potential real estate. yeah.
Only Kelly real estate mind because I really don't have much of a political mind at all. I think it's a win. Like I want houses.
We do want
we
some
have so
houses,
many
yeah.
buyers who need houses,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, yes, please. This would
Because
be
the
great.
people that take this, not if this is a negative effect on people that take this, that's obviously not a good thing.
Right.
But it's a voluntary taking. It's
but
a voluntary
we're not getting
situation.
into the politics of it, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
just-
we're only talking about the real estate.
It's going to be a net positive for the
It's
market.
going to be enough.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay.
That's what we're paid to think about.
That's
and
what we're
talk
paid to
about.
think. That's
We're
right.
paid to shit about it.
We get paid to do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, oh, wait, do we?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess not.
Yeah,
You have this.
okay, so we'll keep an eye on this as things start to progress and everything. There was a federal funding freeze that was starting to develop, but has been stayed. So we'll kind of stay
Oh,
on top
right.
of that and
So
see
that
if
created
that.
some furloughs for some people.
Yeah.
Which that's an interesting topic, right? Because we've had some clients who already received their furlough, right? They were furloughed.
They told me they were furloughed, which.
I wonder if they're calling them back now
Yeah.
that the freeze was calling
Yeah,
out.
I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. So it's too early to talk about that, but we'll see how that plays out.
That won't stop us.
All right. Okay, if you have any questions about this or any comments, please feel free to let us know. Post it in the comments below.
Yeah. Talk to your senator and your representative.
Oh my gosh! Don't complain to us. We didn't write this.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, I copy pasted it.
Well, you did. But we didn't write the law. All right. So if you need anything from us, please feel free to let us know. And
Yeah. Like anything from us, as in buying or selling real estate.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I do make
I
good
did have
pies, though.
So I did have a guy.
Yeah.
I said, "Is there anything that I can do for you?" I texted him. He says, "Yeah, you can." I think he said something about finding me a job, or it was something like
Yeah,
sarcastic.
we're not good at that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
What are you good at?
I don't know.
Like I need.
Okay.
But okay, like and subscribe. All the stuff that. What am I supposed
we're
to
supposed
say?
to say-
And we're on all the social media things
Yes,
and
yes.
some version of Sean and Kelly and Price and Price.
Yeah, Price
Realtors
Group. Yeah.
group.
So if you or someone you know happens
You're
to
so bad at that. I say this to everybody, right? It doesn't matter. Like even when I got the guns pulled on me. This is how you hold a gun. Even when I got those rifles pulled on me in Chantilly or wherever I was.
Yeah, you did. That was awesome.
And I was so scared I almost peed my pants. And she's like, "Man, what are you doing in this parking lot?" And I'm thinking, I'm just a real estate agent. I was looking for directions. And then at the end, when I finally calmed down and they're surrounding my car, I'm like, and I did ask if I could take pictures.
Yes,
I
you didn't go,
I
yeah.
wasn't allowed to do that. But I did say, well, if you or anybody you know wants to buy or sell real estate in the DMV area, you have all of my information now, and I'm on some kind of list, so
That's
that would
right.
be great.
That's right. 703-424-5873.